my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope you and your loved ones are taking care of the best that you can. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. If you didn't have a fantastic week, just know that I am here for you. I'm sending you big virtual hugs, all of the positive vibes. I hope that things look better for you soon, and I hope that you have a good weekend. Even if you had a good week, I hope you have a good weekend. But if you've got some hard things going on in your life, just know that you're not alone. You're definitely not alone, and we will all get through this together. So today is Friday, which means, for one, give yourself a big pat on the back because you made it through another week. That deserves recognition. Every week that you make it through, especially those harder weeks, give yourself that big pat on the back. Also, let me know down in the comments if you are drinking anything. I'm having some coffee in my I solemnly swear I'm up to no good mug. I love this mug. It just makes me happy. I collect mugs, and every morning when I'm picking out my mug, I get a little bit of joy from that, and that's just something that, like, just a little thing that makes me happy in my day. So I really recommend you, like, try to infuse some, like, joy and happiness and kind of romanticize your life in those little things, in those little moments, like making your cup of coffee. You know, do the thing that is going to make you just have a little bit of a more positive experience. Like, okay, I get to pick from my mugs. I have mugs that are specifically tailored to me. You know, don't just have like random mugs that you're collecting because you're like, okay, Nova said to collect mugs, but like get mugs that are like quotes from your favorite shows, or, you know, I have Pokemon mugs too with like, you know, little pictures of Pokemon on them. They make me so happy. I have like favorite shapes of mugs, which is actually not this shape of mug. I did this one because I'm not having any cream in my coffee today, so I was like, I don't need a very big mug. So I'm just having black coffee today. But I'm doing a flavored coffee still, you know, like just do whatever's going to bring you some joy. Oh, I actually, on the topic of coffee, I didn't tell you guys. I got this a little while back, and I don't know why, I just never even thought to tell you. So you guys may have seen that Panera switched out a lot of stuff on their menu. This is totally off the wall and random, but they switched out a lot of stuff on their menu. And if you've been around a while, you guys know that I do the Sip Club, which is basically like you can have unlimited drinks all day long from there. And because of my hubby's job, he comes and goes a lot. He's a school bus driver, so he goes out in the morning, stays there all morning, comes back midday, goes back to work, comes back in the evening. So he stops and picks up our Sip Club drinks every time because it's really close by to our apartment. So we drink that, and a large one of those is like multiple cans of like carbonated water or soda or whatever, and we drink a lot of carbonated water and it's expensive, so like, you know, flavored carbonated water. Regardless, he also drinks more soda than I do, and so it's a good way to do soda and stuff too. It just makes sense. But one of the things that I also like to get from there is iced coffee, and they had some cinnamon syrup. If you've ever had their cinnamon syrup, it is so good. Well, they got rid of it. They got rid of a lot of stuff, but they got rid of their cinnamon syrup, and I was so bummed. So after doing some Google research, I found that people were saying that the syrup that they use is the Da Vinci cinnamon bark syrup, and I got it, and it is fantastic. So that's just a side note. It's good in black coffee too, by the way. I'm normally not like a person that doesn't put, like, I usually do flavored cream in my coffee, but it's actually, the cinnamon syrup is actually even good in a black coffee. I'm not having it in this current cup of coffee, but I've been having it a lot lately, and it just popped in my head, and that is definitely one of those things that can infuse a little bit of happiness into your morning routine. You know, just finding like those little things that are going to make it special, not just, you know, like, here, my blah mug that I don't care about, my blah coffee, I'm drinking this because I need it to get through my day, you know, make it into like a little bit of a moment. that's one of the things that I like to do anyways. And obviously, you know, if you're not a coffee drinker, none of this matters to you at all. But maybe you drink tea, or maybe you do something, you know, that is like part of your ho-hum morning ritual. Maybe you have a bowl of oatmeal every morning. Get yourself a cute bowl. Get yourself like one of those nice, deep, like really rounded bowls. I don't know. I'm very particular about like my bowls and stuff like that too. I have very like, I have favorite shapes for things that I use. Is that weird? But I don't know. For me, it makes me a lot happier when things are like my favorite shape, like the favorite, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you guys get where I'm coming from. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about when I got off on this tangent, but basically I just wanted to remind you guys to take care of yourselves, to give yourself that space, give yourself grace, give yourself love. And I'm really, really encouraging you to do that because it is so important. And I've been feeling that even more so lately. It's so important. So today's Friday, which means you made it through the week. It also means it is Community Spotlight. So if you are new here and you don't know what Community Spotlight is, for one, welcome to my cozy little corner of YouTube. I hope you find this to be the comfiest, coziest corner of YouTube. And if you're not new here, welcome back, my Nomi. But real quick, just to give you the lay of the land on what Community Spotlight is, it is on Fridays I come on and I showcase you guys. So if you're watching this video, that means you're part of my community. And basically what happens is throughout the week, you can send in your makes to my email, which is in the description box below this video. It's also in the description box below all of my videos, but it is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. You send in your makes throughout the week. You can literally send them any day of the week, any time of day. I don't open them until I go to make a Community Spotlight video. So whenever you send them, they will end up in the next Community Spotlight video. Even if you send them like the day of Community Spotlight, that's totally fine. They'll just end up in the next one. And then you send in your email, you put Community Spotlight in the subject line of your email, and in your email, the only thing I require is pictures. You can send in as many things as you'd like to, or picture if you're just sending in one thing. There's no limit though. And your name. So whatever you would like me to credit you as, it can be your YouTube name, it could be your Instagram handle, it could be your real name, your first name, your last name, your first name and an initial, anything. Like whatever you want me to call you, as long as it's not, you know, exceedingly profane. Then I will credit you in that way. But other than that, you're not required to say anything. You don't got to give me any specifics. You can say whatever you want. Some people are really specific and some people aren't. Some people say nothing. That's totally fine. Just let me know who you are and attach your pictures. By the way, you can send in anything for Community Spotlight. It is not just for crochet. So I always try to make sure to remember to say that because I don't want people thinking, you know, I didn't crochet anything, but I want to like participate and be, you know, active in the community or whatever. But like right now I'm diamond painting, or right now I'm cross stitching or whatever. You're totally welcome to share those things if you want to. Most of us here, if not all of us here, are crafty people, not just crochet people, or fiber arts people. I know some people that watch my channel don't crochet at all. So you're totally good to send in whatever it is that you've made. If you made it, that is literally the only requirement. So interpret that as you will. But I'm not picky about it, you know? I'm not like only these specific things. But yeah, so on Fridays, I come on here and I get into my email and I get out all of your guys' Community Spotlight makes. I don't open those emails until today. And right now, guys, I'm actually so behind on emails. I have not opened my emails. I didn't do a Community Spotlight last Friday. I've been struggling a little bit with some things. And so I've been giving myself a little bit of grace. If you've been around, you know that. So I didn't have a Community Spotlight last Friday. So today's is probably going to be pretty big. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have not opened my email since sometime last week, early last week. I've probably got a lot of emails. So if you emailed me, I am so sorry that it's taking me a minute to get back to you. Also, I'm just like, I am not the best at getting back to people on stuff. I get overwhelmed, okay? I don't handle stress very well. That's just me as an individual. But I will get in there and I will check all those emails and I will reply to people. That is going to be like my goal for today. And then also, like I said, I'm making community spotlight, so I'm going to get in there and get all those community spotlight makes out and put together that video. And then you can always watch for the montage that comes after I talk. Sometimes I talk and show you guys stuff. Sometimes I just blab, but then I do the whole, montage feature part of the video that's all about you guys. And usually I do not reply to community spotlight emails, by the way, just because that would be so much for me on top of everything else. Getting in there, getting all that info out, doing a voiceover and editing the pictures and everything, it already is a lot going on in that moment. But usually I kind of talk to you while I'm doing the video. So you watch the video and you'll basically get my reply. But yeah, so that's what today is. That's what Community Spotlight is. So what am I working on, or what are my plans for the weekend? Well, I just grabbed out this skein of yarn, which was a skein of yarn that I had purposely bought with the intention of making my hubby a hat. He loves gold and black together. Gold, black, and purple, sorry. Gold, black, and purple is like his color scheme whenever we play games or do anything where there's kind of a heraldry, or, a color scheme to outfits or anything like that. Gold, black, and purple is like his thing. So when I saw this yarn, which is part of, Big Twist's, Pride yarns. This colorway is called Authentic, by the way. When I saw this, it just screamed him because it's literally that colorway with a little bit of white in there, which is like, just perfect. Well, he recently, probably last week sometime, lost his hat. I've made him several hats, and he is so bad about losing them. Are any of your guys' hubbies like that, or spouses or kids or anything? Like, you make them hats and they just like disappear into the void? Because he loves it, he's obsessed with it. Like, it's not because he doesn't care about it. He'll have it for a while and then it just poof. I don't know what he does with them. My guess is that he had to have left it on the bus, because he, like I said, drives a school bus. And I'm like, he had to have left it on the bus. I don't know where else it could be. It's not in the house. So I don't know. But regardless, I was like, he was having a bit of a rough week, I guess. We've had just a bit of a rough time in general. My hubby is usually very positive though, but he's been like a little bit struggling too, and I thought it would be nice for him to surprise him and make him a hat today. So that's going to be my goal for today, is getting into my email and taking care of that stuff and making him this hat. And obviously putting together Community Spotlight. But this weekend, hopefully we can just relax and unwind and not have anything happen, like not have any surprises or anything. We did finally get our truck fixed, by the way, guys. I didn't mention that yet, but we just got it fixed this week. We finally got it into the shop. We were like, we couldn't really get it into the shop right away because we didn't have the money to get it fixed. I was telling you guys that we were pretty sure it was the transmission from everything we found on Google, and we were really like worried about it because we couldn't afford to like have the transmission rebuilt or replaced or like anything like that, especially because we just had truck problems a couple weeks ago. We had just gotten it out of the shop for a computer error issue in it, and it had costed like almost $1,000 to do that. So like, it's just one thing after the next lately, guys. But anyway, we got lucky. It ended up being it was a transmission thing, but it was the overdrive. It was the overdrive. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically something that helps with gas mileage and makes your engine not spin as fast or something like that. I'm not a car person, but basically it's actually something you can toggle on and off. And if you're doing certain things like going up steep hills, you're actually supposed to turn it off, or like it would be beneficial to turn it off. But we didn't know anything about that, and it turned out that's what it is, and it is part of the transmission. But basically they said the overdrive was shot on it, so what the cheapest solution is to just turn overdrive off, which means our gas mileage isn't going to be as good, and the wear and tear on the engine will probably not be as good. But it means that it was like $200 because he also changed the transmission fluid while he was doing that. So that's way better than the thousands of dollars that we were afraid we were going to end up looking at. But we just ended up like being like, okay, we got to figure out what's wrong with it, and getting rides from people and borrowing cars from people. You know, we've been relying on family and friends a lot lately to help with stuff like that, but like it was just getting old. Like for everybody involved, I'm sure it was getting old. We're like, okay, let's get it in the shop, figure out what's wrong with it. We'll figure it out from there. You know, we might not have the ability to fix it right now, but like, let's figure out what's wrong with it. And it ended up, thank God, ended up being something manageable. So that is a load, one load off, one pressure off. But that is what we've had kind of going on. And it's been a time, guys. Life is, it's always something, isn't it? But regardless, we're doing good now. Hopefully we'll be on the upswing. Hopefully things will be some smoother sailing. Let me crisscross all of my fingers and stuff before I say that. Knock on wood. But that would be very nice. So hopefully we'll have a nice little relaxing weekend. I'm gonna make a hat with this. I don't know what hat yet. I'm going to look at hats. Typically for him, I make a normal hat. Like I don't do like crazy fun awesomeness. He likes a like beanie, like a knit beanie, and I don't knit. I've made him knitted hats on my like Centro knitting machine, but currently my Centro knitting machine is broken, so it's gonna be crochet. So I'm gonna probably try to figure out what's like the stretchiest crochet hat I can make. Maybe like half double crochets or something. I don't know, I'm not sure. But at the same time, it would be so fun to do something cool. But it's for him. So if I do anything cool, it still needs to be like, you know, fitting for him and a nice stretchy hat. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I know I'm going to make a hat. Anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and stop blabbing. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Like seriously, take some time for yourself, make some time for yourself. Just something that's going to bring you some happiness, some joy, some deep breaths, some relaxation. Sit your butt down, get that crochet project, get that knit project, get that diamond painting project, grab yourself a drink, like do whatever it is that you have not been doing for yourself or that you just really want to do. Do that. And it might, maybe it's not sitting down for you. Maybe you want to go walk the nature path or something. Do that, you know, do whatever's going to bring you some joy. But without further ado, let us get into a community spotlight. And don't forget, guys, if you feel so inclined, leave a positive comment down below, talking or replying to things that you see in community spotlight. So if you see something in community spotlight that you think is so cool, or cute or pretty or beautiful, or you want to remark like, oh, I love the yarn choices or whatever, just some examples of positive comments. It would be awesome if you could leave a positive comment or two about something that you see in there. You never know what people are going through. Your positive comment could mean the world to them. Community spotlight is all about us celebrating something that we have a mutual interest in, which is crafting, which is crocheting, which is whatever, you know, whatever crafty bit that people have been up to. We have this mutual interest, this mutual understanding where we get excited about these things, and the people around us don't necessarily get that. They don't necessarily get excited. So when you run out with that new project and you're like, ah, look at this, and they're just kind of like, yeah, it's another of the same type of stuff you do all the time. Like, they just don't get it. Whereas we get it. We're like, dude, that's the best thing ever. That's so cool. Good job. Give yourself a huge pat on the back. You tried a skill. You finished that huge blanket. Like, whatever. You know, you made amigurumi for the first time. We get it. So this is the place to come to like be freaking appreciated and to be able to brag on yourself for a minute. Share what you've been up to. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys real soon. I love you and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye, guys. Okay, so to get started, we are going to be having a submission by Robin. She made this absolutely beautiful blanket. I love that. Really, really pretty color combo. And she also installed some extra cabinets in her kitchen. She said, whew, glad that's done. It looks awesome, and I definitely understand. And then our Nomi, Rose R, made a peen gnome, a pocket peen gnome, from my pattern. She sent these in for Community Spotlight. I will try to remember to put any pocket peens I get for Community Spotlight also in the Gnome of the Month video at the end of the month. But if you guys want to make sure they end up in that video, send them again with Gnome of the Month as the subject line. But I love it so much. And then our beautiful Sonia P made these absolutely adorable Stitch and Angel and Scrump plushies. Oh my goodness, I love them. She also made 2 tuxedo kitties for her friend's daughter who was moving to another state, and she wanted these to remember her 2 kitties she left behind with her mom. Aww. They are made to look like them. And then she also made 3 teething rings for her first grandchild. That's so exciting. These are adorable. Maybe I need to make some of those. And then finally, she said that this picture frame she decorated for the selfie area at the baby shower, which is bee themed. That's so cute. I love it. And then Kim D from the YouTube channel Kim D made this little alien for her mom's cousin, who is also one of her neighbors, for his 65th birthday. That's so cute. And then she made this cat for a no longer coworker of hers that they worked together for 7 years, and she loves cats. So she made it as her goodbye gift. And the purple mouse represents a color theme from their work, so she'll always remember being a part of them. That's so sweet. And then I have another submission from Robin. This might happen a few times just because I did miss last week's Community Spotlight, that people's submissions might be split up a little bit. Sorry about that, but she's working on a Ripple Afghan, and she finished an 8-point baby, or 8-point star baby blanket. They're so cute. And then our beautiful Diane made another random square with her scrap yarn for her scrap yarn blanket. This is the Cosmos Square by Siren's Crochet, and it reminds her of a chrysanthemum. So that's why she did it in these colors, or she thinks the colors remind her of a chrysanthemum, I guess I should say. But it would be beautiful in galaxy colors, she thinks too, which I think I definitely agree. And then we have our Nomi Colleen 4160, and she said that she is still trying to finish her cross stitch, but she had to take a break and do a Cthulhu amigurumi, and she likes the way it turned out with its wings and everything. I love it. That's so cute. And your cross stitch is coming along so well. Man, I love cross stitch from the little bit I did, but it's hard to finish a project, so big kudos to you. Next up, we have some submissions from our beautiful Kathy R. She said that she first has here the Agatha's Reading Shawl by Ophelia Talks. I have been seeing these from you guys, and they're so pretty. I love it. She said she used almost 5 skeins of Everyday Dots by Premier in the color of Sleepy Time. It's a 3-weight yarn, and she used an F hook. And then the second is a doily that she made. Number 1 Cascade yarn. She used a bee hook pattern out of an old crochet leisure arts book that she had, and she took a picture of her blocking, and she said that she is finally getting some warm weather for spring, so hopefully that still is holding true. I know this was from a little bit ago, but it's been pretty warm here. It's 7:25 as I'm filming this, and it is 73 degrees, so. And then we are back. We're circling back to Kim from Kim D, the YouTube channel. But she said that she made 2 Sylveon by request of a coworker, one for him and his other friend. She said the order was so much work. She's glad it's done now, but it was worth it. I absolutely believe that this was a lot of work. These are beautiful. I absolutely 110,000,000% need one. But oh my gosh, I can definitely imagine these are a lot of work. Did you freehand these, or did you use a pattern for these? I gotta know. And then the other thing she made is an axolotl, which is also super cute. Adorbs. And now we can join Julianne on her little crochet couch that she keeps putting her amigurumis on, and it makes me so happy every time. So she made this baby doll, which is a free pattern by Antonina Naimanova. And the frog is the Flippy Frog from a free pattern by Chai Coffee Crochet, and the alligator is a free pattern by the Friendly Red Fox. And I am excited to see what she's up to. For one, she's working on a craft fair, which is tomorrow. So good luck with your craft fair. But also, she's apparently working on a pretty big project that's taking up most of her crafting time. And she's going to share it with us when it's done. So cannot wait to see what that is. And we're circling back around to Sonia P. She made some pee-pee gnomes. She said that she got a great laugh, and her hubby also laughed a lot when she showed them to him. I am so happy with these. They're really, really cute. I love the like little color options and beards that you did. Those beards are actually awesome looking. Like I said, I will try to remember to stick any community spotlight submissions of gnomes into Gnome of the Month. But if you want to make sure they end up in Gnome of the Month, just send me another email with them again and put Gnome of the Month as the subject line. It'll make for sure that they'll end up in there. But thank you so much. I am so glad you guys have been having so much fun with this pattern. She also made another kitten, and this time it is a Siamese kitten. It is so cute. I love the little bow. Adorables. And then she also made a couple of dishcloth and washcloths that were a gift. She wants to make 2 more for herself just because she loves the colors. I definitely understand that. These are so cute and bright and happy feeling. And next up we have a submission from Michelle, or Crafty Farm Gal. She said the sun is part of a bigger project. It's a YouTube video. Hopefully she'll be able to show the big project next week. And the chicken is a paid pattern from Etsy. She saw this Bernat blanket yarn and she's like, this has to be a chicken. The bunny is a pattern from YouTube, but she made some changes with the legs. She wished she would have done the arms and legs longer, but she's most proud of her eyes. When I opened this picture, I literally like shat bricks because those eyes are fantastic. So you should definitely be proud of those eyes. And last but certainly not least, we have our beautiful Frozen. She made 18 Some Bunnies pattern and inspiration from Miss C's cottage. What? 18 of these? Oh my gosh. I don't know how you crochet so fast. Good job, seriously. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for sending in all of your community spotlight submissions. You guys are so talented. I love seeing what you've been up to. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you guys again real soon.